plan to walk around the Grassmarket, go up to Grayfriars Kirkyard there, and we'll have a walk around here and see if there's any good backdrop with the castle behind me there. Move out the way and see it better. Yeah. There we go. And lots of stories and legends about the Grassmarket, and of course, like most city centres, cater for tourism, therefore everything changes into bars and restaurants. However, there is a few bars here that are very been here for a long time, and they're usually named after a place or an event or a person even. But yeah, there was, I think as the name suggests, the Grassmarket, a lot of trading went on here. Market traders used to come, and the history of this area was all trading, and everything that came in and out of Edinburgh usually passed through this area. This pub, the Fiddler's Arms, has been here for as long as I remember. Of course, you can see the city in comfort if you want to sit in an open roof bus in the summertime. White Hart Inn. So the famous Last Drop bar. A lot of people think it's where people got their last drop of whiskey before they were sent to the gallows, which this bit of concrete that's raised in front of me there was the original place where public executions take place and hangings. The last drop, I think, refers to that particular gallows, and it was some people say it was also the last drop was the last public hanging that was held in Scotland. I don't know, there are a lot of myths. You can do a bit of research. Maggie Dixon's, of course, named after Maggie Dixon, who was a lady that was born in Musselburgh. Oh, just summarise, guys, that she, way back in the 1700s, she was publicly hanged here. But they used to call her half-hanging Maggie because she did actually survive the hanging. There's a lot of speculation into that, and it's quite interesting again if you want to do the if you want to do the research. But she fell in love with some laird's son. Her husband was a fisherman, born in Musselburgh. She got pregnant, and our child, she had to conceal it, of course, because it was a crime then, and she had to, on the banks of the River Tweed, she left the child there. It was dead. Don't know if it was still born or if it was still alive when it was born, but it was dead at that point. And when they found the baby, she was charged and publicly hanged for murder. They thought that she had killed the child. However, she actually survived the hanging. But there's a wee story attached to that, and we can talk about that some other time. But this is Victoria Street. A lot of interesting shops up there. And if we just have a wee look back to see Grassmarket, there's somebody talking to me in the background here. And this, of course, is the original old police box, obviously converted into a small cafe It's actually a Korean street food place, but it's an original police box, as we would call it. You would maybe see it as on Doctor Who as the TARDIS. Yeah. And here, on the right, and right in the centre here, was the original well that people used to come and drink water from it. Yeah. This is the well. People. Victoria Street. And many tourists, of course. And walking tours, and of course I think this one's in Italian. Yeah. So there's still a lot of tourists coming to the city during this time of year. And we're going to walk along here now. This is the West Bow, and going on to down towards round to the left is the Cowgate. We're not going to go there, we're going to go up to the right, and we're going into Grayfriars Kirkyard. So quite tranquil here, tranquil I should say. And again you've got the castle as a backdrop there, and a little Thai lady doing her videos. So anyway, let's go and see the kirkyard. Of course, Kirk, this church here in Scotland, and we should go up, and there's an interesting story about the Grayfriars Bobby, of course. Even Walt Disney made a movie of the situation and the dedication that the little dog showed, and I'm sure you know about that. However, we can go up and see if we can find the graves of Bobby and John Jock Gray. So unfortunately the church is actually closed today, so it's not a problem. Didn't come to see the church. I don't know much about the history of this place. I know about Grayfriars Bobby and other things, but I don't know the dates of the build, and but it dates back to 1908 cake, and let's just say it's an old church. And we'll go along and we'll see if we can see the gravestones. Anyway, we'll keep the other side of the church, and of course this is the little grave. This is interesting little, it says Bobby's Bothy. In other words, it's just named after the dog, but it's just a little house, we would call it, or a little room that family would stay in and watch over the graveyard at night time for sometimes up to a month, to prevent anybody from coming in and stealing the body of their family or loved one, because anatomy was a big business in these days, and they used to actually kill people and sell their bodies for money. But anyway, here's the Grayfriars Bobby. Died 14th of January 1872. Let his loyalty and devotion be a lesson to us all. And of course, this was it. The Dog Aid Society of Scotland. That was good. Nice. Nice.
This is Bobby from further and further away. It turns out well Bobby. Very good.
Now, so when you come into the churchyard, you'll see the red bricks. There's a good reference point for this grave, and that's John Gray, the original owner of the little Bobby. 1858. Oh, Joe. And I just noticed something myself here, which this wall here was part of the old wall that actually surrounded old Edinburgh, because I noticed a sign on it saying Flodden Wall. So that's the original Flodden Wall. But I don't know through the centuries they maybe cleaned it. I know it looks patchy and stuff, and I don't know if that's original gate. Oh, it's bound to be. Yeah, the old iron work coming out the sides. So yeah, right, here we go. So this is the Covenanters prison. Part of the, behind these gates lies part of the Grayfriars Kirkyard, which was used in 1679 as a prison for more than 1,000 supporters of the National Covenant who had been defeated by government. Forces at the Battle of Bothwell Brig on the 22nd of June. For more than 4 months, these men were held here without any shelter, each man being allowed 4 ounces of bread a day. Kindly citizens that were sometimes able to give them more food. Some of the prisoners here died, and some were tried and executed for treason. I'm not going to read all that, guys, but what I might do is I might take a photo of this, and you can blow it up and read it yourself if you're interested. The skull and crossbones was the death of these people. So every now and again on the gravestone you'll see a skull and crossbones. But there's lots of crypts that are holding families. And, yeah. Again, there's another one with the skull and crossbones. And here, here's a better picture there. Yeah. It was pointed out by the...
Some people feel a presence in here.
Yeah.
Some people...
Apparently meant to be ghosts in this area. Yeah. And if you look here, you can see graffiti from a way back, well, it's got there 1710. And it's a tent. I think it's a tent because over here, and that's a long time ago, over here, there's one on the wall here, again, and it's got what looks like ropes holding it down. It looks like a tent, yeah. Could be guy ropes. It's certainly no bird's feet. Yeah, and so there's a lot of graffiti. IH 1710. IH 17.
It could have been the Mason that did it.
Yeah, man. I wonder.
We
We often wonder.
I think a vaulted
But
ceiling
this-
here. There'd be a vaulted ceiling here.
Mhm.
And it doesn't get banged up. The lift to,
Yeah, to rot.
lift to staff, basically.
Because it would be a roof.
Yeah, a vaulted
And it would
could
be
have-
the big iron gate there. And it would just be a jail. People left to rot. Horrible. People feel a big presence in here.
D12.
And
D12.
yeah, interesting, yeah? So there's the original statue of the dog here in the top Candlemaker Row. Grayfriars Bobby. Long time ago, a van, I think it was a post office van, smashed into this statue and it fell over, and the dog ended up with a chip in its nose. But people keep rubbing the dog's nose, and that's the reason why it's all shiny. The brass is coming through. It's a shame. People should leave things alone, eh? Some little kids. So there's a lot of tourists here. This is the Writers' Museum. An old building.
Except you need it for your eye. And you want to see shit, right? Yeah. I like
So to get up to the stairs, you've got to hang on to the rope up the spiral staircase here inside the Writers' Museum. So very steep. The Sir Walter Scott room. Sir Walter Scott. Wow, have a look here. So, the slippers of Sir Walter Scott. Yeah. Born in Edinburgh 1771, chess set. And the old brass faceplate and a latch that were from his childhood home. Yeah, it's a Walter Scott, famous writer.
Waverley novels.
Yeah, that's right, did the Waverley. And a monument is in Princess Street. Yeah. So, Robert Burns, Sir Walter Scott, and Robert Louis Stevenson on the right.
It's not changing there.
Of
The
course.
snug bar that used to be here.
That's right.
Go out and speak to Mum, it's still there.
Deacon Brodie's Tavern. Deacon Brodie he was a church elder during the day and a robber at night time. And you've got the St Giles Cathedral and the Tron Kirk in the back there. So we're just walking down the second half of the Royal Mile here, and of course John Knox's house ahead of us here. A famous preacher, of course.
Yes.
And just across from John Knox's house is one of the original cinemas that was ever staged. Old black and white silent pictures. It's even called the Pictures. Pictures. The New Palace Cinema. So they called it the old picture houses. So, Canongate Church. This is where when the Queen was in residence in Edinburgh, she came here to the church, and the kirkyard itself is quite famous for its haunted stories. Robert Ferguson, Scots poet.
Robert Burns thought he was the best thing since Lisbon to pay for his grave.
Died in Bedlam, 1774.
Burns paid for his memorial, his gravestone. He was stint.
Anyway guys, I'm going to call it a day. If you like the video, thumbs up, subscribe. Remember, you don't have to pay for it. Just keeps us going. minus one, maybe, or it feels like it. Anyway guys, we're off. Bye.